Hello everyone, Tech1421 here. Welcome back to my Countdown Series 2 Call of Duty Ghosts. We are on day 24, and there's 24 days left until the release of Call of Duty Ghosts. And today we're going to be talking about Marksman rifles. And I do have to apologize, this video is going to get out a little bit late just because I had a very, very hectic weekend. It was a fun weekend indeed, but being the first time that I'm doing this Countdown Series, I haven't really been able to plan things in advance the way I would have liked to. So I'm going to have to release this video a little bit late just because of that. I hope in the future that I can work these things out better and get a better schedule going on for uploading this series. But you know, time can only tell. We can only learn from our mistakes, and hopefully in the future things will be better. So hopefully you guys can forgive me for that, and let's go ahead and get on to today's topic. And today we're going to be talking about Marksman rifles. As I said, we have a gameplay of Call of Duty 4 with the P90, one of my favorite guns in all of Call of Duty series. This was in Call of Duty 4, and this was one of the better guns in Call of Duty 4. A lot of people were using this weapon in Call of Duty 4, and I was using it with the silencer, with that blue tiger. The blue tiger and red tiger camos in this game just looked amazing in my opinion, and I hope we can get some nice blue tiger and red tiger going on in Call of Duty Ghosts, but we'll talk about camos in another video. Anyways, so to go with Marksman rifles, this gameplay is also on Pipeline, by the way. I didn't mention that. Pipeline, a very nice map in Call of Duty 4. It was a map that you can only play on multiplayer, I believe. That was also with Ambush, the two maps you can only play on like multiplayer, which I always thought was a little bit weird. But hey, what can you say? It was a pretty smart marketing scheme, I guess, to get you to play Xbox Live, play these amazing maps. Call of Duty 4 really did have amazing maps. But anyways, Marksman rifles, let's go ahead and talk about them. Now, I'm not sure if my sources are correct on Marksman rifles. I'm not entirely fully convinced that it's going to have its own separate individual class, if you know what I mean, as titled Marksman rifles, such as the submachine guns, shotguns, snipers, assault rifles, all that. I think maybe Marksman rifles are going to be categorized as either a sniper or a assault rifle, and they might kind of lead into one of those two classes. And I think it's kind of split on the guns that are listed for Marksman rifles. I think half of them will go to the assault rifles and half of them will go towards the sniper rifles, or maybe they will indeed have their class to themselves categories as Marksman rifles. We will just have to wait and see. But there are 4 confirmed guns, at least they're going to be in the game in some fashion. Whether they're going to be sniper rifles, assault rifles, or Marksman rifles, they are in the game for sure. So let's go ahead and get to the list of the four weapons of Marksman rifles. First up, we have the IaTo. This is a Brazilian-made weapon, and it's pretty much identical to the FAL. So I'm going to be talking about the FAL and how that worked, because you can basically kind of have the same pretty much gun in COD Ghosts as the FAL, so you can kind of look forward to the same weapon that was in Modern Warfare 2. And let's go ahead and talk about that weapon. It was a single shot gun, single shot firing weapon, and it's a very versatile weapon for sure. It was an assault rifle in that game, and it had a pretty low hip fire accuracy from just hip firing from close range. But if you aim down that sight and you shot from a distance, then it was a very, very powerful weapon, and it was one of the most powerful weapons in that game. If you shot from a distance, if you had if you kind of had the right, you can't really go short range with this weapon. It also had a very large recoil, so if you kind of had a single fire it and wait for that recoil to go down and then kind of fire it in bursts, is the best way to put it. And then it was a very, very powerful weapon and a very good weapon for sure. And you can probably expect the gun, the IaTo in COD Ghosts, to have around 20 to 30 shots in a clip. and you could probably expect it to have a red dot, a suppressor, and an ACOG. As far as what other attachments, I do not know, but you can probably expect at least those three, the red dot, suppressor, and ACOG, to make an appearance on this weapon in some fashion. Anyways, up next in this category is an SVU. This is a Russian-made weapon, and it looks a lot like a sniper rifle, which makes me, wonder even more if it is going to be categorized as a sniper rifle. So anyways, this weapon is a variant of the SVD, and that isn't a sniper rifle, and it's categorized as a sniper rifle. And the SVU AS was actually in Black Ops 2, and that was categorized as a sniper rifle as well. And this weapon, the SVU AS, was a variant of the Dragunov in Call of Duty 4, and that gun had 12 rounds. And I don't really have too much information on the SVU. I'm just kind of judging my information based off of these other weapons. So you can probably expect somewhere between 10 to 12 rounds, maybe 10 to 15 rounds in that sniper rifle, and you can expect there to be a suppressor and an ACOG in some fashion. As far as if there's going to be a variable zoom or something like that, I'm not 100% sure, so I'm going to leave those off the list, but you can definitely expect those suppressors and ACOG to make an appearance in some fashion. Anyways, up next, going on to the final two guns. First off, we have the MK14 making its appearance, making its second appearance in the COD series. Now we have a lot of different variations of this weapon, but the MK14 did make a full appearance in Modern Warfare 3 as an MK14. So I will talk about that in a second. Anyways, other variations of this weapon, the M14 was in Call of Duty 4, and the M14 EBR was in Modern Warfare 2. So this gun, this weapon, this general idea of this weapon has been in a lot of Call of Duties. So you can expect it to be very similar to, a lot of these guns, and kind of play similar to these weapons. In all these games, the M14, whatever you want to call it, in all these games, MK14, M14, M14 EBR, was a very powerful weapon. And the MK14 is going to have a M14 iron sight, and you can also have it as a scope, so you can have it either way, as far as I know. And it's a military design marksman rifle, 20 rounds, and you can probably expect a red dot, suppressor, and an ACOG on this weapon. So that's pretty standard. And if you've ever played any Call of Duty with one of these guns in the game, it's a very powerful weapon for sure, and it could do a lot of damage, so you can expect that. Last up on this list of 4 marksman rifles is the final gun, the MR28. And this is another weapon that I think might make its appearance as a sniper rifle in COD Ghosts, so we'll have to wait and see for that. But it is categorized as a marksman rifle on my list. So this gun was made in Germany. It is a variant of the MR308. It's just an upgraded version of that weapon. And it is a semi-auto sniper rifle, or marksman rifle, whatever you want to call it. And it has a very high accuracy. It's a single shot with low recoil. You can expect somewhere between 20 to 24 mags per clip, and you can expect there to be a grip, red dot, iron sight, or a silencer somewhere on this weapon. I think it comes with a scope, so I think you can probably put that iron sight on there. You can take off the scope like other Call of Duty games. So that's going to be that pretty much for the list. Those are the 4 marksman rifles for Call of Duty Ghosts. Again, I'm not sure whether or not they're going to be categorized as marksman rifles, or if they're going to be categorized as sniper rifles and assault rifles. We're going to have to wait and see, but I want to get your guys' opinions down below in the comments down below. If you guys can let me know what weapon you're looking forward to out of this list, and whether or not you think they're going to be categorized as sniper rifles, assault rifles, or marksman rifles. And if so, what will be in what category, if that makes sense. And I'd love to get you guys' feedback on that. That would be absolutely fantastic. But we're going to have to call it here. You can expect some more videos in the next few days from this list. Tomorrow, we're going to be talking about LMGs. LMGs are always fun, as I get the final kill of this game with what can be categorized as an LMG, if you want to categorize as that. So that was pretty cool there. So we're going to be talking about LMGs on day 23. I'll see everyone then. Have a great day. Peace.